What's up? It's your favorite Northern Belle, aka it's your girl Joy, and welcome back to another episode of So Hear Me Out the podcast. Today we have none other than the Clout God, the Clout God
Oh man.
from NSU. You check it out.
Hey Jordan, so happy to be here. Oh my
Happy
God.
to have you. If you guys don't know, Dwight is like one of the smartest people I know.
Oh, you're too kind. You're far too kind.
The smartest person that I know. We met at the illustrious Norfolk State University,
Illustrious.
where they breed the best.
Oh, of course.
I can't speak rap 2019, but I can speak for the years that I was there.
From 2019 backwards, the best.
We did great. Yeah, so today my scholarly friend and I are going to talk about the lovely topic of post-grad depression.
That was a great way to say lovely and then post-grad depression, right? Great.
Cringeworthy.
Right.
So I guess let's rewind a little bit. How was your undergrad experience? I know you matriculated on to bigger and better things, but we're going to talk about our undergrad experience.
You know, I still believe it was probably the best decision I ever made. And I know that people who went to HBCU, they always say it's the best decision. I went to the best school ever. But I can really say that Norfolk State changed my life in a way that I didn't realize it would have. But it like improved me as an individual, as a student, as an adult, as a professional. Like it really kind of matured me in a way that I wasn't expecting. So, Norfolk State and those 4 years, they were tough, but they did what they needed to do, and definitely brought out the best in me. I can definitely say
That's good. Everybody doesn't feel that way when they're first going to school, especially like the after effects. Like once you get your first student loan payment bill, you're like, wait a minute.
Man.
Wait a minute. But no, Norfolk State definitely taught me a lot, especially being far away from home. I learned a lot about myself and how I like to maneuver and work through things. And I think one thing college taught me is everybody ain't raised like you.
What? Man.
You gotta stay strong with your morals and your upbringing. It's just crazy.
That is true.
Yeah. I don't think I regret anything at Norfolk from going to Norfolk State, except for probably not focusing on my major from the beginning. And the other regret is partying less as I was getting ready to graduate. I should have done a lot more partying.
Fully agree. Oh yeah, I should have been outside.
I should have been outside. If I would have known 2019 was the last time I was going to be outside.
What? I would have done everything I could. Norfolk would have gotten sick of me, okay? Like, Dwight again? Yes, it's me again. Okay, right?
No, I definitely was like, I wish I would have partied more. Because like I told you yesterday, I went out, we were drinking. I am not young, okay? I am not young. I'm not a whippersnapper anymore. I am very much so grandma, okay? That is
not a day over 21.
We appreciate the compliments. We know the truth. But we call each other the clout gods. So let me ask for those who don't know, Dwight, what is clout?
Clout for me, I would just define it as the pull, I guess, or the influence that you have on the greater community around you. In our case, since we met in Norfolk State, I'd say the influence that Jordan had at Norfolk State University, which was a lot. She will definitely try to pretend and pass it off as she didn't do much of anything. But I promise you, everywhere that I was, everybody knew Jordan. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, who is this Jordan person? And I had the absolute pleasure of getting to know you. And I was like, yeah, she's that girl in the best way possible.
No, definitely. I would agree. That's what clout is in my version. I don't think it's just being well known, but like being respected where you go. Dwight is the clout god for real. Don't let him lie to you. He's pushing it off on me. Dwight knows I hung out with the same like 6 people. So if anybody
Sure.
knew me, it was because of the groups that I was like a part of in school, not because I was out there like that talking to people. I've always had RBF. I've always been like this Wilder. So but
Could have fooled me.
oh lordy, you got to see me in like my natural state. So very comfortable, very laid back, very chill.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, do you feel like your version or our versions of clout helped us maneuver through Norfolk State a little easier than say people who were on like in their shell?
I think that, of course, knowing the right people and having the influence in the things in the different spheres that you have definitely help with navigating. Because as we know, and I think you've talked about it a lot, even on your podcast, because I'm a fan. You've talked about how networking is really important in knowing the right people and getting the right doors open for you. So I can definitely say that should I have maybe networked a little better, maybe did my clout run out in certain areas? Yes, but I can say that it definitely opened a lot of doors, whether it be positions or different jobs I had on campus and even outside of school, the different, phone calls I can make and,
Mhm.
have certain conversations and even have certain positions lined up at the end of, the school that I'll be going to. So, I
Mhm.
definitely say that it allowed me to navigate Norfolk State in a much easier way, or not easier, but a much smoother way. It
Yeah.
allowed that transition from undergrad to post grad life to be a little easier.
Yeah. That transition of knowing people, like your network is your net worth. Like you have to talk
Right.
to people. It's really about who you know, not what you know in most cases, especially like in
Exactly.
the media industry, entertainment industry. It's about who you know. Even in the professional, like corporate America,
Hmm.
it's about who you know at the end of the day. Because when you think about it, they're going to train you how to work
Oh
their
yeah.
systems or to do what they want you to do anyway. So if you know
Hmm.
somebody, you're a little bit better getting into what you
Oh, of
want to
course.
do. But yeah, I think that that was one of the easiest things for I would say people like us to do because we could bring up a random conversation with people and just end up knowing people's life stories on
Right.
accident. and
Hmm.
I and I love that because I'm super nosy. So I like knowing stuff about people. So it's just like, you're gonna tell me. I'm gonna
Right.
tell
I'll sit down and
you.
listen. Right.
Right. I think that that helped me maneuver through college, but I also think that that kind of led to the change with post grad life.
Mm.
Moving to a different city where I didn't know people after graduating was like, okay, I don't know anybody here.
Can
Um,
imagine. Yeah.
and then just I think people not remembering that okay, we're not in school anymore. So the same things that we did in
Mm.
school, we can't necessarily do right now.
Right.
So I think that that is something that also has an effect on your post grad life. Like if you were the it girl, it boy in college and you were just well known, people let you into parties for free, gave you free stuff. You were able to like maneuver and get through your classes easier too because you had the art of finesse. When
Right.
you leave these areas and you're not necessarily surrounded by those who I don't want to say worship, like adore you or like talk to you often and are willing to do stuff for you, that is a big switch, which is why I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
people who were into like party promoting or were into doing other stuff, I feel like that could affect them outside of college because it's like we're not doing that anymore. Like
Right. We're not undergrad. Yeah. It's not the same anymore.
like literally after turning 22, I was like, I have a job. I cannot be outside with y'all like that.
What? Oh my gosh.
Like I'm not going outside with y'all.
I
No.
can't do that. No, I have to work in the morning. Like,
Right. So what have been your, I guess, struggles with post grad life?
man, I will make this brief, but it's been numerous. I think like you mentioned, that steep drop off after undergrad, right?
Mhm.
I remember just feeling a little unfulfilled because I was thinking I'll graduate undergrad, go straight into medical school, be a doctor. I thought it was going to happen so quickly, but
Mhm.
life had other plans, and I left undergrad kind of feeling unfulfilled, and
Mm,
I really had to like seek and find purpose in all of the little jobs that I worked,
mm,
since undergrad. And I was really trying to look for what I wanted to do and what my purpose was. And, it took a lot of time. And I'd say another struggle was really trying to define who and what I wanted to be in a way.
mm.
Because in undergrad, I was kind of shifted into a student world. And of course, like once you graduate, then you're the adult of yourself, right? So you have to figure out who it is you want to be, what it is you want to do. Do you
Right.
even want to hang around the same people you did in undergrad anymore? Because now you don't have to. So,
Yeah.
like you said, moving around, moving away, having to make new friends. And I also like recently, for like, I guess the past year, I've been in Atlanta with being at Morehouse School of Medicine. So that's been an adjustment. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's been an adjustment, having to do school all over again after being out for such a long time, and having to make a friends in my adulthood is a whole new thing as well. So there's been a lot of change since undergrad and post grad life altogether. But yeah, with the struggles there come with wins. With the wins come struggles. But altogether, we make the best of it. And I think that's what both of us have done. I've definitely seen it in you with this amazing platform. It's amazing to see you following your dreams. So,
Yeah, I thank you for one. Two, it's a big adjustment. I think that the outgrowing the things that you used to do is a big part of post-grad depression for me because
yeah,
I've always been a social butterfly. I can go out, I can network with people, but once you start, like you said, being the adult of yourself, like you don't have someone to tell you, okay, like you have to do this, you have to like this is all you. It's just
exactly.
oh, this is
Like, can I get some guidance? Can I get a rule book? Like,
right. And I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, I hate that at my job because I am the youngest person in management there.
come on,
Um,
management.
they're they're like, you're so young, like da, da, da. And I'm like, these bills do not decrease because of my age. They are the same amount that you are paying at your very big age. Okay. They're not, oh, you're 25. Okay, we'll take 25% off your bill. They do not do that. Dominion
Never.
don't care. Dominion is going
Not
to
at
get
all.
this money.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's also something that I was like, I don't know if I want to be young and like find my career later on in life. But I also feel like because we are so young, the great resignation has been super big on people our age. Just, if I don't like the job, I'm gonna leave. That's it. And so many older people always tell me, like, are you gonna stay at your job that you're at now? And I'm like, I guess so. I mean, I don't mind them right now until they start pissing me
Right.
off.
It's
I
cool.
guess I'm not
Right.
looking for nothing. And they're like,
Mhm.
well, it's different that you see people your age that stay at a job for so long and retire out of that job. I was like, well, yeah. But now in the age of social media, remote
Mhm.
working and OnlyFans, shit, everybody got
Right. You can make
everybody
money
has a
doing
way
anything.
to make money. And it's like, I
Right.
don't have to do this. This is something that I guess when you're growing up, you go to school, you get a good job, you stay at your good job, you die. That's
Right. You
about it.
retire, make a little money, it's over for you. Right.
That's about it. You retire, you go on vacation, you have kids, and say, like, all right, you have a good day. That's it. That's what it is. So being in this day and age where it's like we have the option and no one ever has really, really, I guess, focused in on the fact that these jobs are optional. Like I'm
Right.
showing up because I have things to do, but there are other ways for me to make money. I'm chilling.
Come on. Right. Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, I guess that's what I'm learning is that I don't have to be stuck at this job. I don't have to be stuck in my position. But I think it's just the security, the comfort, because I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what kind of
definitely.
benefits they got at OnlyFans. I don't think they cover health and dental.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. I can't go for my annual checkup. They'll just be like, okay, say that up front.
Like, I'm not paying out of pocket to do this. This is free if I got insurance. Like,
Right.
oh my gosh, I think that
Exactly.
was also my big hit with post grad depression. Like, obviously, I know I'm getting older. I have a birthday once a year, but
Right.
getting kicked off the insurance,
Man, golly, I'm
you get
frightened by that.
check. I'm like, who is health? And why is she taking this money on my check? Who is dental?
Right, it's a lot too. It's like more than we would expect. It's like,
And it's
dang, you're taking a lot.
like, this is a lot of money. I don't know what,
And
but
then taxes itself too, like, they're taking a whole lot off the gross, like,
literally since my first job where they actually took taxes out of my check, I said, I don't know who taxes is, but when I see her or if I
oh,
ever meet her on the street,
it's on site.
for seconds because it's on site. not,
Exactly. Oh my
not
gosh.
be. I don't know. It was just post grad life has been a roller coaster. Like there are awesome moments where I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not in school right now. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm not an undergrad no more. I don't have to do the moving in stuff, getting to know new people, the roommate situation, even though I've only ever had one roommate and she was the best. Hi, Leah. I like don't want to do it anymore. And I think actually graduating and getting older after college is just like you realize how little patience, how much like less patience you have as soon as you get out of undergrad.
Oh, definitely, man.
Like literally, I have zero children. But when I first started dating outside of undergrad, I was like, I got kids to feed. I can't be playing with nobody's son. What kids?
Right, but that's what you automatically go to. It's just like, no, I don't got time to do this. I got a family to feed at home. It's like
I got a family to feed.
the only family is you.
I ain't got time to feed nobody else, son. I gotta feed me.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
about me. Oh goodness. And it just you just get so much. It's like you graduate, you have that one little probably a semester's worth of time where you're like, I did that. You're relishing. People keep sending you money because they're so proud of you.
Oh yeah, exactly. That first semester outside of it.
Mm. Like, I am
Man.
75 in the spirit. I cannot do this with y'all right now.
Right, like listen, my back hurts just thinking about this right now. Like I can't even. Once 10 o'clock hits, I'm gonna see y'all later. You can start dapping everybody up at the party. You know what I'm saying? I see you.
Nah, I'm an Irish goodbye. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I'm just gonna leave.
Wow, you just did it. I'm like, where'd Jordan go? I don't know. I think she left.
I'll text you
Crazy.
when I get in the home. When did you leave? Like, girl, I had time to go pick something up, eat, take a shower, like relax and lay in bed,
Right.
text you and I'm home. So I've been gone for a minute. Okay. Like I am oh please. Uh I think it's just getting old is hard. Damn. Thinking about
Man,
that.
there's so much, and we only get older. Like, man, I was talking to like some of my friends, and I was like, by the time I graduate with all of the official school I'll be in, I'll be 30 years old, Jordan. 30.
Mm,
And no shade to 30-year-olds at all. I think like people say 30 is the new 20.
it
But it's
is.
just the fact that that's, another 5 years worth of school out of my life and I can't get back. I'm like, man, like you start putting things into perspective real quick. Like, dang, I really gotta start thinking about this stuff and
Yeah.
all these other adult type things because
And it's
I'm not
like
getting any younger.
we're not getting any younger. The schooling is especially for your profession, it's like it's mandatory. This is not optional. No one's going to let you operate on them with
Exactly.
three. Like, whoa. So it's been a roller coaster ride. It's realizing who you are. And I told my mom, I was like, I have been existing. Um,
Mm.
I've been being the child that you raised me to be. I've been the good kid. I've been accidentally good at school. I don't think that I ever actually tried to be good at school. I was always like for real, accidentally good at school, like
Mhm.
good grades with no effort,
Oh
little
wow,
to no
okay.
effort. And it just was like, okay, well, we did that. I attempted my master's and was like, okay, this is not it. Uh, ooh, that's not what we want to do
Ooh,
here.
that was a nice little try. Ooh, I'm not
That was
gonna do
nice.
that right now.
I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Right.
But I was like, I need to start living. I want to take the trips. I want to do all the things. I want to invest my money. I want to, what's that girl say? I want to be on a yacht in Dubai. Like, I want to do all that stuff
Facts.
because when you think about it, we're 25. Realistically, for me, I want to have my first kid before I'm 30, but not before 28. So 29.
that's a narrow window.
Like if I'm 29 when I have that baby and the next day I turn 30, I'll feel okay because I was not 30 when I had my first
There you
kid.
go, right? You just squeeze it in there.
But like I want to experience all that stuff without a child so that I can at least know the lay of the land, do things that I like to do. And this way, when my kid is getting older, like I can tell them, okay, well, let's book a vacation here because I know it's kid friendly. And then I've already did what I wanted to do when I was young. So we can just do this here. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. Like
Exactly. You have
before.
the memories already.
Right. And then you can create these memories for the kids and they can get to learn different things. I will say the only thing that I didn't do too much of like ever in life, except for now,
Mm.
because obviously my job puts me in the likes of other people. I wasn't super diverse in my friendship. Like major wise, yes. None of us were the same major ever. But now having a different outlook on life, like I should have had friends from different backgrounds. I should have been knowing a little bit more. I probably should have tried to study abroad or something like that. So those things are super important. Jesus Christ. What the hell are we talking about? But
We
yeah,
were talking about
different friendships. That's what I feel like I should have done in general in college. Tried to like travel abroad and study abroad. Those kind of things I feel like I should have tried to do. Just because social media figures, um, they don't know if they're not well traveled and don't know different people from different backgrounds, they could easily offend others in those backgrounds. And if you're not well versed, if you don't learn, if you don't travel, if you don't experience those things, it's very easy to offend someone. And then you're like canceled culture and no one wants
oh
to
yeah.
listen to what you have to say anymore. But it's not necessarily like really their fault because they're not well traveled. I just wish that I would have done that a little more.
Exactly.
I don't think that I took enough time to like mourn graduating like that person is.
Mm.
I don't think
That's deep.
I don't think that I did. I think that I graduated and I got a job and kept moving. And
Mm.
it wasn't beneficial to me because literally probably until 2 years ago, I was trying to be Jordan in college, trying to keep up with Jordan in college and
Mm.
did not have time for that. Because, in high school, when you graduate, you have summer break to get ready, to prepare
Right.
yourself to end that chapter. College, you got to either you going back to school or you going to get a job. You
It's
cannot.
one of the two options, right?
So I think that I didn't have enough time to mourn that person, which I feel like added on to the post grad depression. I was always living in, I guess, my old shadow. And it wasn't until like I had a real like life talk with myself, like, girl, what the hell are you doing? You
Yeah.
cannot take those 12 shots of Henny like you did 3 years. Let it go.
12
You
shots.
are
My goodness.
that person. And hold on, because Jordan, don't come for me because I won't. I just won't do
You have
that.
more responsibility now.
Oh goodness gracious! I think my biggest fear is that I try to challenge college Jordan, and then that one scene in Wolf of Wall Street where he thinks he parked his car perfectly, but the thing is totaled in his garage. My
Yeah.
biggest fear, and I can't do that. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, not to be young, but it's a different version of being young because I feel like people when we get older, it's like, oh, I'm turning 30, it's the end of the world. First of all, I feel like nothing makes sense until you're 30, probably. I've
Oh,
always
100%.
who are like just turned 30 or in their 30s, they're like, girl, live. And it's so hard. People are like, just live your life in your 20s. With what money?
That's the key to everything.
What do y'all want me to do?
What life am I going to live? Where am I going to go?
Y'all
What am
just
I going to do?
y'all want me to buy a projector and put up Bali on my TV on my wall?
That's what, right.
You know,
Ooh, take a tour of Bali, like, like one of those travel websites or something like that. Is that what you want me to do? Because I can't go to Bali.
yeah. I'm just like, we can't live right now. Not like this. We can't live like
Not like
this.
this at all.
Do you think you took time to mourn the college, Dwight?
It's really funny you say that because I think that with you not mourning it, I took too much time to mourn.
Mm.
I think I spent too much time wondering and trying to be, well, I could have done this if.
Yeah.
I was always going back. I was that person, at the funeral that's doing all the crying. Oh my gosh, I miss that. He was so this, he was so that. And I took all
Jump
that
in
time
the
to
casket.
self. Oh, of course. Right. Not letting go. They pulling me away. Like it was a rough separation, but I think doing so let me like trying to figure out and pick up the pieces of who I wanted to be. Like once they metaphorically pulled me away from the casket and doors closed, funeral over. Well, who's Dwight gonna be? You know what I'm saying? So I had to really spend a lot of time, like looking at myself in the mirror and like building it up brick by brick and brick by brick. And one thing I could say is I'm still figuring it out. Like, as people say at my big age, right? But like there's still like so much like figuring out that I have to do. Like relationships, like that was new to me. I'm trying to figure out like I'm in one now and it's the best thing ever, but it's a lot of learning. Like so many like I was talking to a friend and it's like they show you who you are in the version that you didn't even realize you were. So
Mhm.
it's like I'm like, I do that? That's me? And man. But it's like there's still so much piecing together of who I want to be. And I think that yeah, mourning myself for too long led to a lack of, or it led to a delayed response of me trying to figure out who it is that I wanted to be fully in my adult life because I'm still learning. And obviously, all of us are still learning, but
Yeah.
I feel like I could have been a little bit better off if I just had a clean break. It was like, he's gone, let's move
Yes.
on.
Yeah, I mean, would I go back? No. Short answer, no. I think what I missed most about undergrad was my social being. Um, I don't know how I was in school full time, worked 2 jobs, still had a social life, took care of a dog. Like, I do not know what what kind of sorcery was going on, but I guess I missed that, and I feel like I've always been the kid who was involved in other extracurricular activities. Um, so when I'm not doing something, I feel like the idea of being busy is so like fantasized. It's like, oh God, you're so busy. That's all you're booked and busy. Girl, take a nap. It's okay not to
Go
be
to sleep.
like because it's gonna catch up to you. You're gonna have that week where you cannot breathe. And then you're gonna be like, you know
Exactly.
what? Cut the cameras.
Right. Everything's cut off. No, don't want to do that. Not gonna do that. Not gonna do anything.
Right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Not me. Mm-mm, no.
You're right.
Yes. But do you have uh do you have any regrets? Would you redo undergrad?
Only for the simple fact that I would have to for schooling, right? So for my career.
Very
But
true.
outside of that, if I could get to where I wanted to get to with actually no, I would do undergrad again. There's a lot of personal development that I think had to happen with what had happened in undergrad.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say there's always, could I do things better, of course, but I wouldn't say there'd be any big regrets, but I'd do it again. Would it suck? Yeah, but I'd go for it again.
Suck like shit. I would go. I think definitely living in the towers was my favorite part. The towers is
I
just
wish I would have stayed in
unmatched.
towers, man.
You were a smart kid, smart ass. I definitely would stay in the towers again. Not the new age towers because they're spoiled, they got
Yeah, yeah.
wallpaper and all that. But
That's bad bet. Smith North and
that's
South. You
that.
stayed in towers. That's bad bet.
That's Babette. I don't know that. I don't know her. I've never met her
You don't
before.
know her.
But
Don't know who that is.
but I would definitely stay in towers again. I would love one last Eccles to
Oh man, what?
dress.
Wow.
One last. But are you going to homecoming?
I think I am. I was going back and forth, but I think I'm gonna go. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the moves are, but that's what you're here for. So
Look now. No, definitely. I'll probably be there for the tailgate. The tailgate.
That's it.
Maybe a little, if anyone's doing like a little cute day party where it's not gonna get shot up, I might, stick my toe
Exactly.
on
We'll see. It's like peeking there, see who's around, and maybe
Yes, I can't wait. I think this is my funeral for undergrad Jordan. I think this is it. This homecoming.
this is the funeral.
I feel like this is it because next year, come on now.
Yes,
Y'all,
we're not going to be able to maintain it. No,
like, I'm gonna do the guy, if anything, I'll do something cute, but I feel like I ain't gonna do nothing crazy.
right? You're not going to walk through the grass and the mud, and if it rains, you can't do all that in
Tell y'all
250
something.
miles.
If it rain homecoming weekend, I will not be in attendance.
Not at all.
Are
You
you
will
gonna
not see me.
are you gonna encourage your kids to go to HBCU?
I think throughout life in general, right? I'm gonna try to be as involved that I can, like, without being annoying as an alumni. Show them, school I went to, show them what HBCUs mean.
Yeah.
But I think that I would encourage them to go, but I wouldn't necessarily be that person where it's like, there's 107 HBCUs, choose one.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. I mean, there's other schools out there that might be more beneficial in certain ways or certain environments to them. So maybe they might want to go to a PWI or an MSI. Maybe they might want to go out of the country. Maybe they want to go, to England. I'm not going to say don't go to England for undergrad. Like, that's dope. So I'll strongly encourage, but, I will be comfortable with their decision. How about you?
Definitely gonna introduce them to the illustrious Norfolk State.
Oh,
But
no question.
that that's an option. Of course, like you said, it's an option. It's not your only
Mhm.
option because looking up with me, I would get the kid that doesn't want to go to school, and I would never force my kid to go to school if
Of course.
they struggled in school, pre-K to high school. I'm not forcing you to go.
Oh, yeah. College is not going to be beneficial.
We'll find a trade that you like because you cannot. You got to go somewhere. You got to figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, definitely let them know it's an option and take them to at least one homecoming. That's the
Mhm.
reprise.
There you go. Right. It's the reprise. It's like, Jordan's back. It's like, yep. It's a grown Jordan now, though.
The
So.
same Jordan. But Dwight, you've heard me out. What do you want to leave the kids with? Leave us with a gem, Cloud God.
Oh man. First of all, thank you for allowing me to be here. This is really great. Super proud of you, obviously. A gem to leave. I'd say give yourself grace.
Mm.
I think a lot of times we want to be places that we aren't yet, and when we're not there as quick as we want to be, we get upset with ourselves and say, well, I should have done that quicker. Or if I, didn't do this, 3 years ago, I would have been here.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer that you are where you're supposed to be for a specific reason and specific purpose. And I think that, once you're comfortable in that, or at least satisfied with the position you are, with the understanding that there's more for you to go, the journey becomes a little bit more enjoyable, I guess, right? Like you start to realize this is where I am right now, but I understand that there's more room for me to grow, and where I am is where I'm supposed to be. And you just start to enjoy where you are, enjoy the people around you, enjoy the things around you, and you start to become more grateful for those things that come after. So I say give yourself grace, from where you're at, because you know that, you're where you're supposed to be, and be fruitful with where you are. Be fruitful from what you have around you.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Pastor Door.
Relax, relax. I'm Jeremiah 29:11 on my shirt. Chill, chill.
Right. But yes, guys. So that is what Dwight's gym is. Comment down below your HBCU if you went to one, and if not, comment your school down below. No PWI shame around here. You can find Dwight, the clout god himself, on Instagram at
That's my first name, Dwight, Dwight, my middle initial M, last name Parker, Parker, and that's where you're basically gonna find me everywhere because that's just me.
All right. It's been real. You've heard us out. We want to hear you guys out in the comments, and we'll see you guys for another one next Friday. Bye.